Well, folks, Donald Trump continues to embarrass himself on the world stage and expose his very clear cognitive and mental decline in the worst way possible. We've obviously had a lot of moments like this for Trump recently, whether it be falling asleep at his own parade or talking about trophy wives in the middle of his commencement speech at West Point. But this moment I'm about to show you is one of the worst I've seen. Donald Trump is at the G7 today in Alberta, Canada. He was having a meeting with the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Keir Starmer, and when announcing an agreement that they had signed together, an alleged trade deal, he dropped all of the documents in front of the Prime Minister, in front of the media, and Prime Minister Starmer had to pick them up for him because he couldn't do it. Just take a look at the moment here.
The UK, and we just signed a document. This is, sorry about that. This is it.
A very important document.
A little windy out here. Give me that. We just signed it, and it's done. And so we have our trade agreement with the European Union, and it's a fair deal for both.
I mean, this is so bad for Donald Trump on so many different levels. He's standing here, he drops the papers in front of everybody that's watching, but then also once they're picked up and put back into the case that they have them in, he doesn't even do it correctly. He's like folding them, trying to like push it down no matter what to evade this embarrassing moment. But we all saw it. The entire world saw it as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom had to help him pick up the documents. Let me tell you, if Joe Biden did anything even remotely similar to this, Republicans would have a field day. They'd be calling for his resignation. Fox News would be running 24/7 coverage. But since it's Donald Trump, they defend it. They say it's no biggie. They just write it off. They pretend that it never happened. But we all saw it happen. We see how moments like this continue to happen with Donald Trump. The Lincoln Project also commented on this, and I thought that their summary was really great. They said, quote, "He's dropping papers, falling asleep at his own events, tripping upstairs, confused on who he's signing deals with. It's the UK, not the EU," correctly stated by them. This guy's nearly 80. He's tired, old, and weak. And they're exactly right. I mean, Donald Trump is falling while climbing up Air Force One. He's going on these unhinged rants in the middle of the night quite frequently. He doesn't know who he's signing trade deals with. He's making up deals as he goes, saying we have a trade deal with this country or this country. Sometimes the countries don't even exist, let alone the deals. This guy is clearly unwell. It's just not going well for Donald Trump. And as I mentioned, like he fell asleep at his own parade the other day, appears to be dozing off in this clip. He just doesn't look well. And he kind of looks around at different points. But for the most part, he's looking down and he looks like he's either asleep or distraught that nobody showed up to his birthday parade, or both. That kind of seems like the more likely answer, that he's kind of dozing off at different times, but also he's just very upset that nobody showed up to his parade. This guy is just clearly not doing very well, and moments like this really expose it. But the press conference continued. There were other moments during this press conference where Donald Trump was asked questions, and for some reason, while standing next to the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, a huge ally of the United States, Donald Trump decides to start talking about Tucker Carlson and taking shots at Tucker Carlson. Have a look.
They've been talking about this deal for 6 years, right?
6 years.
And he's done what they haven't been able to do. So he's done really a very good job.
When he was asked by Tucker Carlson, he criticized you, saying that you're
I don't know what Tucker Carlson is saying. Let him go get a television network and say it so that people listen.
Wow. Seems like MAGA civil war continues. We just saw Elon Musk and Donald Trump go at it. Now we have other comics, other MAGA celebrities coming out calling for Donald Trump to be impeached or resign from office. And now he's taking jabs at Tucker Carlson, saying, let him go find a television network and say it so that people listen. Obviously, Tucker Carlson is not with a network right now. He's kind of running his own independent thing, which has been a total disaster, but taking shots at Tucker Carlson nonetheless. It's because Carlson has been somewhat critical of Donald Trump and his administration, especially on the Middle East recently. And anybody that steps out of line and criticizes Donald Trump, he has to attack them. See, the right thing to do here when you're standing next to the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom as the American president is not answer a question about political beef. It would be to talk about the serious issues that are impacting the United States and countries around the world. You would not see Joe Biden, Barack Obama, or folks like that engage with questions like this. You wouldn't see Kamala Harris talking about Tucker Carlson. at press conferences with world leaders. Donald Trump, on the other hand, he always has to dip his hands into drama, into political controversy. And it's just embarrassing for the United States for Trump to be talking about his own grievances while standing next to a world leader. This isn't strength, it's weakness. But as I mentioned, the press conference continued, and he was asked about what's going on with Iran, the conflict between Iran and Israel right now. And take a look at what he had to say, the update. That's not really an update that he provided.
Iran is accusing Netanyahu of attacking them to deliberately derail your nuclear plans. What do you say to that?
No. Look, Iran should have signed the deal.
If it would help bring Iran to the negotiating table, would you guarantee that the U.S. would not get involved militarily?
Well, I think Iran basically is at the negotiating table. They want to make a deal. And as soon as I leave here, we're going to be doing something. But I have to leave here. I have, this commitment. I have a lot of commitments. I have a commitment to a lot of countries, including the UK, where we just signed our deal.
I mean, it's the typical lies of Donald Trump, right? I have so many commitments to all these countries. I'm so busy. Meanwhile, he'll be posting relentlessly on Truth Social all day, beefing with, people in the comments and whatnot. He is the social media president after all. But no, Iran is not at the negotiating table. There's not a single sign that Iran is at the negotiating table. Matter of fact, they've said the exact opposite, saying it's no longer time for negotiations. We're not interested. And yet Donald Trump is still standing here saying, we're going to strike a deal. He's been saying he's going to strike a deal with Iran for weeks now, for years, actually. It's never happened. He's, framed himself as the businessman, the man that can get stuff done, the man that can negotiate. And here we are in the middle of another global crisis because Donald Trump couldn't figure things out after promising that he'd be the guy to figure things out. But, not really an update here, and just some blatant lies and, trying to praise himself. Oh, I have so many commitments. So this was the press conference with Keir Starmer, but I do want to show you this moment earlier just in terms of embarrassment on the world stage. He was having a press conference with Mark Carney, and Mark Carney had to end the press conference, have Donald Trump stop taking questions because of how poorly it was going. Just have a look.
All Democrat-run cities, and they think they're going to use them to vote. It's not going to happen.
That's it. Thank you.
If you don't mind, I'm going to exercise my role, if you will, as G7 chair, since we have a few more minutes with the president and his team, and then we actually have to start the meeting to address some of these big issues. So
thank you. Thank you, media. Let's go. Thank you. That's it. That's it. Thank you very much. Out. Go, guys. Out. Thank you. Katie, let's go.
Yeah, they're like rushing people out of the room. And what I noticed in this clip is look at the faces of Trump's advisors. Susie Wiles is looking at the floor. Scott Bessent is just stone-faced staring straight ahead. Marco Rubio's turned around. Mark Carney looks nervous because he's like, my God, Trump, please stop talking. Just please be quiet. And he won't do it. He will not stop answering questions and going on unhinged rants. But man, Donald Trump's day at the G7 has been a total disaster. From fumbling all these papers to giving these weird, incoherent answers, it just continues to get worse. And it's not going well for the United States on the world stage. So I'll leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. Make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. It goes an incredibly long way. Drop a like on the video, comment, let me know what you think about this story. And as I always say, I greatly appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.